welcome to the Cycling Matters podcast, your weekly dose of local cycling news, culture tips, product reviews, and discussions about our love for bike.
Bike.
Nice. The Cycling Matters podcast is brought to you in cooperation with Ciclo. I'm King, and with us is Karen.
Hello.
She's been with us on the previous episodes, and in this episode, we're gonna know more about her. So take it away.
Okay, so hello, I'm Karen Sison. I always have a problem with introducing my job because I just made it up, the title, I mean. So I'm a business compliance consultant. That means I process paperwork for businesses and government offices, mostly business registration, compliances like SSLs, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig. And then I'm also a partner at Coco Milk Studio, and I handle taxes there. So how did I get into cycling? I actually only learned how to ride a bike without training wheels in college. Before entering college, I asked my dad to teach me, and I learned in Colegio de San Agustin in Dasmariñas Village. So it's so funny because my only experience of biking then was just riding around the village, and even then I would fall all the time. And then my first time trying to bike outside that in Esteban Abada in Katipunan, I was so overwhelmed by the cars, and it wasn't that bad of traffic, but I cried in the middle of the road because I was just so overwhelmed. There were so many cars and I didn't know what to do, and my bike was pretty bad. It was an old mountain bike. But I got into cycling more seriously in April of 2018. That's when I bought my first road bike. Her name is Laia. The kind of cycling that I do, most of what I do is really commuting because of my job, but I also ride casually, and I've done some long distance cycling, and I wanna get stronger so that I can do it more regularly. Because the times I've done long distance cycling, it's like ride, and then if I get tired, I go to the car because there's a support car. So that's me in cycling. So it's actually interesting, this episode, because in this episode of the Cycling Matters podcast, we're going to be talking about women in cycling and the experiences of women who cycle in the Philippines. So we'll be asking a few of our female friends, and I'm also going to be asked as a female myself. Because, why do we ride, and what do we think are the unique aspects of, being women in the cycling community, both good and bad, and how it's like to cycle as a woman in the Philippines, at least Metro Manila or wherever. So first, don't forget to subscribe to the Cycling Matters podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can find podcasts. So we release new episodes every Monday. So just search Cycling Matters in your favorite podcast platform before you make your way home from work. So put on some earphones and enjoy the discussion. And if ever, you can catch more of Cycling Matters on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, or on our website at cyclingmatters.ph.
All right. Thanks, Karen. So today we have our guests. Actually, they're also our teammates from Team Loyola.
Woot, woot, woot. Yay.
So we have Chi
Hello.
and Chaz. Welcome
Hi.
back. Hi.
Hello.
All right. So, Chi, what kind of cycling do you do? In general.
Okay. Well, the kind of cycling I do now is more in the bike commuting, and generally I'm a casual rider because, casual being I just go around the city and not really go on long rides. I mean, I tried to go with you guys when you were going through the missions through, I guess Cavite, and when you guys went to Clark with the race for 7-Eleven. So there was a race in Clark na you were just there, and I was just there casually na parang okay, I'll just go around and be with you guys, but I won't be participating in the race. So yun, parang I just use the bike to get from point A to point B.
Right. So you
Kasi,
mentioned
yeah.
like commuting.
Yeah.
So where do you usually commute to? Like, what's your day
Um,
job?
Yeah, so my day job is, or wow, para
Day
naman
job.
may night
Oh,
job.
nga, no?
Wow.
What's your full-time job?
Oh my.
So my job, or I work at Signal TV. I'm a lead product designer there, and then actually it's just my first week there. And I've also tried. I mean, like I'm trying to like maintain the, parang to commute to work or bike commute to work, kasi I don't want to spend money going from Quezon City. So I live in Quezon City, sa my Commonwealth area. So it's like really far away now that I think about it. Tapos I have to go to Mandaluyong because the office is at the Launchpad building, which is like near Pioneer. So it's just that area. So it's like Lagpas, Pasig, where the
Right.
bike lanes are. And then there's Mandaluyong, which is where the roads are always being like ginagawa. Parang lubak-lubak yung roads doon and stuff. So yun, parang I'm trying to like ride my bike naman to go there, and may bike parking naman there dun sa building din. So thankfully parang I can like stay there, or like, rather I don't have to worry about leaving my bike somewhere
Right.
na hindi na mananakaw siya or like masisira siya or something. Yeah.
Right. All right. Now we also have Chaz. Again, welcome back.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you
So
again.
we had Chaz before with the Ciclo episode.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
now
yeah.
you're here as a
Female cyclist.
female cyclist.
Yeah.
Women
Females.
represent.
Represent.
Yes.
All right. So how about you, Chaz? Like,
Um,
tell us more about your cycling life.
Yeah. So I got into cycling. Well, actually, I've been biking as a child. I always just used to ride around my house. So sa street lang ng house ko kasi paakyat yun. So I'd bike up and then go down, then bike up, then down. But parang it never really occurred to me that I can go farther until I started riding with my friends in 2013. So, well, yun, parang we started riding around UP, ganyan. So, paikot-ikot lang. And then, after that, I got into triathlon. So, cycling for me, I guess, was mainly for sport. Kasi I used to play football, but I tore my ACL. So, linear sports are better for me. So, just running and cycling and swimming. So, I got into triathlon. And then, eventually, I got tired of doing that. And parang meron akong open water swim anxiety. So, I get panic attacks. So, I stopped.
Oh, no.
And then ever since, like, and then I joined TL, Team Loyola. And that's when I started riding, like, cycling specifically only. Like, mostly long distance riding. So, now, like, we've done the Audax together. And then we also do a bunch of races together. So now it's really mostly cycling for me now is just for my exercise, mainly recreational. I commute sometimes, but it's not, well, us kasi we just work at home, so it cycle
The
like
life.
by commuting. Yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
I don't necessarily need to be somewhere all the time, so I don't feel the need to bike commute every day. Only like when I really need to. Plus, I live in Antipolo, so it's a little farther than everything. And Sumulong's
Yeah.
really
No,
dark
I've
at night.
been to
Yes.
Chaz's house and I was like, I don't know how anyone can bike
Yeah,
going to
there
her
is
house.
no way to bike to my house. Like, there is, but like there are no lights at night. So parang
Oh
I
my
really
God,
have, if
that's
I
so
were to bike
scary.
to my house, like kaya ko naman, but I
It's so
don't really
steep.
choose it.
It's
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
steep.
Yes.
Like when I was in the car, I was like, okay, I don't think I
Yeah,
can.
yeah. Ayun. So, yun. For me, mainly, it's for recreation and fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Kasama ba sa recreation and fun yung paghahabol ng QOM?
Hala.
Oh my God, papasok na tayo.
By the way, Chaz is in Team Loyola and in Ateneo, she is the reigning QOM for most of the segments.
On
Hindi
Strava.
natin.
I try to be
Strava.
on the down low about it.
But wala, that's why like right now I'm just chill because I'm like, wala, like I just wanna have fun.
Chill lang, like
yun
bike
naman
commuting.
yun eh. It's just fun.
All right. So we know how you guys got into cycling. And then like we know like what cycling is for you. Maybe like since we're talking about women in cycling, what are your insights about, female cyclists, the cycling community? Like is there a separate or an independent, what like a community of female cyclists, or how?
There actually there was this Facebook group that started Tropang Women Cyclists,
Oh.
Tropang Women Bikers.
I've
I'm not
never
sure if you
I've
guys
never heard
Oh,
of
I'll
that.
add you guys.
Nice.
Okay, started kasi so Road Bike Pilipinas is there and all the other
Yeah.
Facebook groups. There is an online problem of medyo patriarchal and bastos
Yeah.
yung mga tao
Yeah.
on Facebook and they kind of objectify women.
Yeah.
So it's very it happens often on Facebook. So nagkaroon ng separate group where it's better because like women are safe there. Women talk about their own problems.
Yeah, I want to see this group.
Yeah. Oh, so I didn't even realize that I didn't add you. But anyway,
It's okay, it's
I'm not
okay.
super active. I just lurk. Yeah, I just see the conversations. Iyon.
Sorry, what's the name of the Facebook
Tropang
group?
Women Bikers, I think, if I'm not
Alright.
mistaken.
It's searchable.
Yeah, it's searchable.
Alright.
Nice.
I think, yun lang. But it's been a few years na ginawa siya. I don't know who runs it.
But is it an active group? Like people still
Yeah. I
Okay,
don't, ang
that's
alam ko
nice.
recently parang people still like discuss. Minsan may mga nagyayaya ng rides. Ganyan.
Oh, that's
That's so
nice.
nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I love
that's
it.
cool.
Because it's different rin when it's a male. I guess that's the main insight for me. Konti lang kami. Like,
Yeah.
konti
Yeah.
lang ang women cyclists.
No,
Super.
I see, I mean, well, kasi nag-bike commute na ako recently.
Yeah.
So, mas marami pa rin ako lalaki nakikita.
Yeah.
But I see girls like
Yeah,
every now and
dumadami.
then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Buti naman now,
dumadami.
I mean, at least, I'm part of that
Yeah.
demographic. Pero
Yeah,
like
yeah,
now,
yeah.
it's like I see sometimes parang, even if I'm in a car, na parang, nagbabike siya and she's a woman. Amazing!
Yeah.
Parang,
Yeah, I'm super
parang,
happy. I'm like, yes, represent.
Yeah, it's a little empowering. Not a little, it's
It's
really
empowering.
Yeah.
I like this group. I mean, I don't want to I don't need to be part of it. But
Yeah.
like, I get what you mean. Like, sa RBP or like sa ibang groups na puro guys, diba?
Yeah.
And then like, yung trend, kapag may nag-post na female cyclist,
Mm.
and then you look at the comments, and they're like,
Yeah,
Ingat
it's
po,
really,
ma'am.
It's
Alam mo
always
yun?
about the looks
yeah,
or
it's
like
always about the looks.
Like,
And
especially
there's
mga
so
weight
many
loss
strong
ones.
women
Yeah.
cyclists. Like, parang kailangan ba tungkol lang sa itsura?
yeah,
Diba?
as in it's
Yeah.
always about looks. As in
Yeah.
like the ones I really see are like yung mga weight loss. As
Yeah.
in like I started by commuting 6 months ago. Like this is how I look like
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
So I mean, for me it's inspiring.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, pwede ba like it's not just about
Yeah,
looks.
yeah,
like
exactly.
you know.
There are so many strong women cyclists and like, wala, parang.
yeah.
I never hindi ko pa kasi in-expose din yung sarili ko with the community. Kasi kayo, you girls are the only like people then
Yeah.
slowly then like I'm getting all of my other friends to get into cycling then and like most of them din naman are like women. Pero di ko pa nakikita yung mga sinasabi ninyo online.
Yeah.
But yun nga, it's few and far in between nga.
Yeah.
And then when they actually talk about it, yun
Yeah,
nga
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
there's so many other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we're not just like prizes to be looked at.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you mentioned na parang na onti pa lang yung women, actually, so I worked with Pasig Transport and I analyzed we analyzed their data to help them, make meaning out of the survey. And sa demographics, around 11.59% lang yung women. That's so
small.
as compared sa men.
Yeah.
And like I checked our Facebook page like us on Facebook.
Plug.
Cycling matters.
Yes. 14% lang yung women na nagfa-follow
Yeah.
like. So it provides a picture na parang okay, ganito yung situation.
Yeah.
And parang nag-wonder ako like how bakit ganyan at saka parang paano magiging mas 50-50 for example, di ba?
But
Yeah.
personally, I'm not surprised because I think it's also a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of my friends, they're actually not even allowed to
Yeah.
bike on the road.
Yeah.
Like, it's really sad. I'm actually pretty lucky that my parents, well, I actually hid it from my parents at first. But I think I'll talk about.
Are they watching? Are they listening?
No, they know. My parents know. They're very supportive, actually.
Well,
But
Yeah.
but as in I have friends that as in their parents are, even though they're like 25,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
28,
Yeah.
they're very strict na, no, you can't bike on the road. And but it's kind
Yeah.
of sad. Like, I don't think that's an issue for guys.
Like,
Yeah.
why though? Like,
I feel
what are
like-
the disadvantages
Yeah.
or advantages of, you
Yeah.
know?
I feel
Well,
like there are double, sorry.
Yeah, go.
No, I just feel like there are double standards for
Yeah.
men and women. Like, for me, when I talk to some friends, parang why they don't see it as an option. Like, even in the workplace where there are some places where women have to wear makeup or women have to wear heels to go to work, parang, why do these things still exist? It's
Exactly.
2019. Like,
Yeah.
these are things that hinder them from, like, it's just going to work. So why,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why? Yun lang. So,
Sad.
parang there are things like that hinder women from being able to do this. And I think it's sad.
And
Yeah.
I think there are some women, I remember a friend of mine, I don't remember who it was, but
Yeah.
said that she was worried about being catcalled,
Mm.
or I don't know, like, and it already has happened to me.
Yeah.
It was so sad because the first time I was catcalled, it was by a fellow cyclist. Like, I was like, why? Like,
Yeah.
because I would expect from siguro a bystander,
yeah.
sometimes like even yung galing sa truck, but from a fellow cyclist na parang whistled at me, and I was like, I was so annoyed. So I rode faster. So, but it was so, well, you can't really blame women for being so concerned about these issues, because it's really safety, like, and given that the roads are really not, they're already not friendly to cyclists, what more to female
Exactly.
cyclists. Yeah.
Parang ano naman din yun din yung issue sometimes, like with parents, lalo na if very overprotective, kasi syempre naman yung concern nila is with their child or like their girl, their little girl, parang ganun. So
Their princess.
yeah, parang syempre, may ganun na concern, pero eventually I tried going into it kasi technically hindi rin ako, hello, my mom and my dad. I've been bike commuting since I started sa work ko. Pero yun
That's
lang.
how they find out.
Hello po,
Through a
Tito,
podcast.
Tita.
Pero-
Such an unique way.
Yeah, pero kasi I don't wanna spend like 500 pesos every day just to go
Diba?
like
Yeah.
Just because I'm a girl, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I already spend so much on other things, like,
Yeah.
never mind, later na.
Food. Pero yeah, parang yung sa mga catcalling, parang hindi ko nga rin gets minsan bakit kailangan pang gawin yun at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I'm just like, why do you, like, can't you just
What do you
mind your
get?
business?
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to, like, don't you have
Yung
friends to
ginagawa
talk
ko,
to?
yung ginagawa ko kasi syempre magbabike commute ako, tapos parang minsan naka-outfit ako na I don't know, like my figure is like may halata siya. Tapos parang gagawin ko na lang, like, mukha lang akong parang lalaki. Yun na lang yung
Oh,
gagawin.
really?
Yeah, or like
talaga?
pero so far naman, parang whenever cyclists passed me by, tapos parang ngayon, I'm learning how to, like, parang magno-nod lang.
Yeah.
Na parang, hey, you're a
Ah.
cyclist. Hello. Parang ganun lang. Parang ginagawa ko, ganun lang din. So, wala naman so far sa akin. Pero for other people, I don't think, or for other women rather, I don't think that's the same experience. Kasi
Right.
depende din dun sa area that you go through,
Yeah.
or like the people talaga that you encounter. Yun, it's like, minsan disheartening na lang na parang you hear that from other people, or from other fellow women na they experience that as well.
Yeah, that's super. Yeah.
Is there a unique experience or a phenomenon for, kasi we've heard from bike commuting, for example. So how about like for recreational, when you join races or like for
Yeah.
exercise? Is there something unique about women and cycling, or being a female cyclist?
Ito lang.
Sorry.
In races naman, actually, no, yung naisip ko lang kasi was like before, when we used to figure out like gano'ng karaming, like for Ciclo sa amin, gano'ng karaming jerseys yung gagawin for men or women.
Okay.
Parang we used to look at race lists and then kind of check the percentage of men
Okay.
and women.
Yeah.
So parang
Ooh,
kind of see
smart.
like how many like women cyclists there are in the community or whatever.
Yeah.
So yun, parang I think yun yung numbers na sasabi mo kanina, parang yun yung na like I think yun rin yung ranges na nakukuha namin. It's like 15 to 20% women and then the rest are men. Pero
Sad.
I think in the racing world, I haven't been in the racing world, you know.
Same.
Like,
No,
we just join yung ano eh. Pero
Yeah.
I think it's just that parang konti lang.
Yeah.
And then you don't really I don't feel discrimination though in the racing world because like the women that are there, they're also like we consider each other as athletes, parang ganun. So
Yeah, of course.
parang the men in that world don't really treat women. Well, that's what I feel. Parang I don't feel different for being a woman in a race. Parang
Yeah.
ganun. So I don't think naman may difference.
And I think dumadami yung nagpa-participate
Yeah.
sa races.
Yeah.
Like, I know, when I started racing, before, kung sino yung kasali sa division,
Yeah.
sa female, sila na yung podium finishers.
Mm.
Now, medyo kailangan
Yeah,
mag-effort.
sad.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
ganun before.
That's how I started. Because the first race I joined, I won. Parang
I love it.
Parang shit, kaya ko pala to.
Parang mag-uusap na lang kayo na sino gusto first.
But then eventually, parang sa mga bigger races lalo, parang, mahirap na.
Now, kailangan mo na,
Medyo
gotta
fifth
fight.
na,
Yeah.
fourth, ganyan.
Gotta
So,
fight
wala
for
na.
it.
And then yun, pero, yeah, marami rin talagang malakas eh.
Yeah.
Like,
May naalala tuloy ako kasi when she mentioned races, tas parang the number of women. Naalala ko yung I participated kasi dun sa wet t-shirt ride thing. Yung mga
Is
other
this with
cycling.
the
Yung sa
Firefly?
Fireflies,
Yeah,
yeah. Yung
Firefly.
When was
Firefly
this again?
Brigade.
like
August.
a month ago, diba?
Something. Yeah,
Okay.
parang third Sunday of August. Yun yung usual. August 18, I think. Ganun.
Okay.
Pero, yun nangyari doon. I was actually checking that out kasi I was with another friend. Tapos niyaya ko kasi siya to go there.
Yeah.
And, ayun, so she's a woman. Tapos, I also happened to see another friend, pero guy naman siya. And then I was looking around, tapos parang me and my female friend, I'm sad that I have to keep saying female friend. Pero like,
Female friend.
pero parang, I was with her. Tapos, tinitingnan namin, ilan pa kaya dito yung mga babae? And then when we rode na, tapos sinasabi nila, all of the women and all of the newbies na parang hindi pa marunong masyado mag-bike commute or something. Like, kasi the wet t-shirt ride for that time started in Ortigas Park, tapos it was gonna end sa may Liwasang Bonifacio sa may Manila. So medyo malayo din. Pero yun nga, parang it was an open invite to anyone, even for the people who just started cycling or started bike commuting. Tapos parang sinabi nila for the newbies and for the women. So I kind of like irked when they said na parang, the women sa front, pero parang ako fine kasi konti lang din naman, I guess kami. And then when I went there in front, parang siguro I could count it in my hand kung ilan lang kami. Tapos the rest were like guys.
But around how many do you think participated that day?
Yung napansin ko kasi there was one other woman that was going like sa simula in front of me. Tapos I guess there were like maybe 3 other women when we stopped na nakita ko na nagtitake ng pictures, parang kasama ng boyfriend or something na nakikita ko. So mga siguro maybe generous na ang 10, maybe less than 10. Ganun na nga konti.
So
Yeah, something like that happened also during the Women's Month. So nag-organize din yung Firefly Brigade ng Girlies Ride, I think yung name.
I think I remember.
Yeah. Maraming members sa organizers ng Firefly Brigade, women, but they wanted to invite or they wanted to attract more non-members na women, pero onti lang din yung dumating.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sad, but it's a fact. So siguro like since we're talking about like numbers and bakit parang onte, like what do you think are the main, if you're gonna name one, what do you think is the main factor na naghihinder? Like, you guys talk about it a bit kanina. But like, if you can just name one for you.
To hinder?
Na naghihinder sa
Hindi,
you know,
hinder.
For other women.
for our women to consider cycling, like bike commuting or like for recreational purposes.
Well, yun yung unang maisip ko, like catcalling, kasi yun yung worry ng other people or just general in safety, like what Karen said.
Safety.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
It's just safety.
Kasi,
like,
kasi as a woman going out and about, technically you have to be wary of guys or of men around you na parang baka mamaya biglang hablutin ka
Exactly.
or hawakan ka ng wherever na hindi naman dapat or just in general, like technically, meron din naman na some women aren't really as trained, na parang mas malaki ang lalaki, so mas madali yung ma-taken advantage of. So, all of those other things na parang medyo nakakakaba, like, as a woman. Though, I personally don't worry about that kasi I've also, like, equipped myself to, like, for self-defense and all of that other things. Pero, like, for other people, for other women, they're not sure what to do in that situation. Or, like, yun, it's really hard when you're in that situation na, like, you can't really do anything about it. And it's not the woman's fault. It's the guy. I mean, like,
society.
why? Like, or, like, don't do it. Just,
Yeah.
like, don't freaking do it.
Yeah. This is not just a thing with cycling, but wala, like, for women, we're always expected to adjust. So, wala, like, it really has to come from, like, how things are structured and cultural. Like, guys just shouldn't, like, how hard is it to restrain yourself from making just a comment like that? Diba?
Yeah.
I mean, yun pa lang eh. It's not even like the touching. It's like, just stop. Don't say something
Yeah.
inappropriate to a woman.
Women don't do that. Like, we don't say, like, uy,
Well,
I don't
now,
know.
now some women also say
Ah,
that.
okay,
Pero,
but
yun,
it's not-
it goes for both ways, but yun nga.
But
malala
it's
pa
not
rin
as
siya.
rampant as, like, with
Yeah.
Yeah.
guys.
But it happens.
Yeah.
Like sa akin, nag-share ako ng experience.
Okay, go.
Like, super quick lang.
Go,
Like,
go
for
lang.
example, like, I'm riding, or before ko nga running pa, like, may mga, sabi lang, kuya pasakay naman.
Grabe.
Kuya pasabay. Yung mga ganong stuff. Like, kasalanan ko ba kung
my
pogi
God,
ako?
girl.
Diba?
Wow, ganun. Oh my God.
Oh,
my God.
wait
To
na, wala tayo
to the
stop.
audience,
Oh.
just don't mind other people, like, when they're doing
Yeah.
something. Don't comment ng parang inappropriately, because it's like, why? If
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happened to you, I mean, in general, I'm not even talking about genders here. It's just wag mo na silang guluhin.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
exactly. And I like what you mentioned about safety, because there's a survey na I was talking about before, with Pasig Transport. We were thinking about, like, maybe the main concern when it comes to bike commuting is maybe, like, ayaw na yung comfort, madumihan ka, so you need a shower, or maybe the distance or the ride. But it's actually the top concern was safety, the feeling of security.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 'cause-
you can, like, kung nasa bike lane ka or maganda yung ano, but it's
Yeah.
more, parang lagi siyang nasa, are you safe? Do you
Yeah.
feel safe while
Yeah.
riding?
Because
Yeah.
everything else you can adjust. Like,
Yeah.
even, okay, I just want to bring this up, like, cycling and periods. I think you can adjust with
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
although, out of curiosity, I just want to ask, like, Chaz and Cheer, like, how do you deal with biking on your period? Because me, sometimes, like, at least on my first day, I forgo it talaga. But then
Yeah.
I'm trying to, because especially for the male view listeners. So there's this thing called a menstrual cup.
Yes.
It's
I use that actually.
I'm also trying to, like, get back into using it because usually the what most people use is, like, pads, but
Yeah.
then it's hard to wear a pad
Yeah.
while cycling, at least for me.
Yeah.
Especially if you're riding, like, with cycling shorts. So I'm
Yeah.
just curious, like, what do you guys do?
Yun, tampons or pads.
Okay.
Ay, tampons or cup. Yeah.
Okay. Ako, cup na ako ngayon. I don't wanna go back to pads. It's just really,
That's
ang daming trash,
Yeah,
tas
yeah.
madumi pa and all of
Yeah.
that things. Pero, nakapag-cycle naman din ako with the pad, and sa akin, it wasn't
Yeah.
really a problem. Pero, yun, di din kasi ako nagkaka-cramps masyado.
Yeah, ako rin. So, I've never really had it so bad na I couldn't do physical activities. Siguro
Yeah.
once lang, as in, parang we were on the way to Halahala, and then, wala, as in, parang biglang ang sakit, sobrang sakit. So, as in, I stopped.
Yeah.
Sabi ko,
Actually, yeah.
I stopped and then I turned around. Sabi ko, hindi ko kaya, babalik ako.
Yeah,
Yun.
they
So,
said-
siguro may mga ganun na hassle kasi
Yeah.
babae ka.
Yeah.
Ganun.
Though they said naman parang for periods naman din, or like before your period, kaya chinecheck mo rin yung cycle mo. Parang to help alleviate the pain or ease the pain for the cramps, you exercise before
Yeah.
it. So that's what also I've been trying to do din. Para at least, parang if it does happen, kasi I've had cases na rin naman na I've had cramps. Not to the point that I couldn't move, but just it's really painful.
Yeah,
Pero, yun, parang whenever I try to exercise naman before, whether it was the gym or like in this case, nagbabike na ako, hindi na rin siya. It's just like, it just goes through. It's parang, wala
Yeah.
na. It's just 2 days have passed. Tapos na.
That's true.
Well, yeah, I just said that sometimes I forgo cycling because of
Yeah.
because like for me, like, because I have a condition, it's called premenstrual dysphoric disorder, where like it's pretty bad sometimes, that like it's both physical and mental. So physical, that I'm way too tired, but there are times that cycling actually helps me with my period. Like there's a time I had really bad cramps, but then when I searched online, they said cycling can actually help alleviate your cramps. So I tried it out and it did help a bit, although meron pa rin. But yeah, like that's just another thing that like women have to deal with during cycling. But I think going back to our original point, that I think it's really the thing that hinders women from biking in the first place. It's really safety, because like
everything else talaga,
you can always adjust.
Kunyari, maligo, you just go to a gym, or like eventually if they have like free showers for everyone, though I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, because it's quote unquote prone to abuse of everyone. Anyway, parang yun, nandoon na rin yung like you can change, like have a change of clothes, tapos yun, pati din yung shoes, like everything. The bike parking, you can just park anywhere. At least now, parang pinag-uusapan na yung magkakaroon ng bike parking lahat na ng establishments. At least for Pasig, that's true. Though it's not yet really fully implemented
ordinance,
properly. Pero may ordinance na. So QC, I think they also have like an ordinance na either being talked about or nag-exist pero hindi din pina-follow. But yun. So something like that.
In terms of safety also, I think siguro yung isa na sana ma-address is just something as basic as street lights. Kasi some places are so dark talaga.
That's true.
Na parang, as in, wala kang makita, hindi ka rin makikita. And then, hindi mo pa makita kung may tao ba. Diba? Parang mga ganun. And it's so basic. Parang, what kind of city doesn't have street lights? So it's just sad.
I'm curious though, like, is there like, so we're talking about safety, siguro most of it also applies to men. But when it comes to specific to women, something as normal as your clothing, you're working with diba Ciclo, parang you mentioned before na you also take into consideration the designing like for a female. But when it comes to like clothing, is there like a special something for women, or dapat ba, or like it's just the same?
Is this for Ciclo specifically?
The Ciclo and in general.
Well, for Ciclo specifically, it's usually the fit talaga. Like, yun, syempre iba yung geometry of the female body. So, it's tailored to that. But, me as a cyclist na, like, if I'm commuting, parang, honestly, it's just really for comfort. So, nothing really, yun lang.
Ako, I just wear a sports bra. I mean, just
I guess
usual,
yun
parang,
yung basic.
Kasi, yun, it's the usual wear din naman when you're doing active sports, like activities naman. So, yun. For clothing, I guess just, ako personally, I don't like yung mga fit na things. So, gusto ko medyo baggy din siya. And also, in a way, that's also my way to show na parang I'm not a girly girl. Kasi that's my, that's
like
my,
you mentioned kanina.
that's my defense, I guess, for that. Even though, hindi ko pa rin na-experience talaga yun na catcall ako before. But, I mean, I don't wanna experience that. But it's just, that's my way of like, protecting myself. Parang ginagawa ko sarili ko, mukha akong lalaki or something.
Although, for me on clothes, it's funny because ako like, well, usually like I try, it depends where I commute kasi. If I commute kind of far, then I'm going to most likely wear a cycling kit. Like more, and then, for example, like, picking up a check from a client. For example, the client is in Ortigas, so I would bike and then usually park sa my mall, and then I would change into something more office friendly, like sometimes like a dress pa nga eh. But then I remember there was a time that like I was just going to one of the barangay halls, I think sa may Maginhawa, and then I just biked in my dress. So but I think I remember talking to another female friend na she says like she can't bike in dresses because the cut of the dress is going to make it fly. But I'm really lucky that like the cut of my dresses
don't
actually ako wearing yun yung isa sa like na-hassle ako kasi I like wearing dresses kasi
Same.
hindi mainit.
I love dresses.
So parang yung hassle for me wearing a dress and riding a bike is just the getting on the bike part, like swinging your leg
okay.
over the saddle, and then but when I'm sitting na on the bike, parang wala. It's in
Okay
such a
na.
way naman na when my knees go up and down,
Yeah.
it doesn't go up and down so high naman. Na, like yun lang, wala lang. But I did see an interesting trick. Now when your dress is kind of long, I saw it online dati na you get a coin and then you put it on the back and then maglagay ka ng panali.
Okay.
Tapos magko-close na yung gitna.
Ah.
So magiging parang pants yung
Okay.
dress mo and then that's what you
Yeah.
pag wala lang.
Okay.
It's interesting.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, wala
Speaking
lang.
of,
Thank
ano
you,
pa,
Chad.
Speaking of clothes pala, naisip ko lang kasi, I would wear leggings na lang din pala for like the bottoms. Kasi, before I tried to bike in shorts, and yun yung din yung recommended din na parang no flowy things kasi pwede siyang sumabit sa bike, and that has
Yeah.
happened to me. Like Karen was Karen was warning me before, like kayo, I was with you and Brian and Jan. We were like we were going to a milk tea place, and then parang na-warningan ako ata na parang, oh, sure ka ba sa damit mo? Kasi I was wearing like a flowy pants.
Yeah.
Tapos sabi ninyo na parang, oh, baka sumabit yan. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Tapos parang immediately after, like I
Ayan.
wrote, parang, oops, oh my God. Tapos ngayon may sira na yung ano ko. But it's okay kasi I learned my lesson. But
Yeah.
anyway, parang after that, I started like thinking about, okay, tinatali. And they would say na it's a thing daw for cyclists in general na yung sa
Erase
right,
yung right.
leg
Yes,
mo,
yes,
nakataas yung
Yeah.
things doon. Yung,
I think it's harder lang for ours kasi road bikes yung sa atin.
Yeah,
But,
I think for
that's
city
why
bikes,
those
okay
city
lang.
bikes na
Yeah.
mababa,
Yeah,
mas
yeah.
madali mag-bike. I mean,
Yeah.
mas madali
Yeah, kasi
mag-ride in a
Okay.
dress.
nung doon naman sa bike sharing ng Pasig, that's a city bike.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I rode that while I was in office attire na talagang medyo semi
Yeah.
smart casual pala
Yeah.
rather. Tapos flowy din yung
Yeah,
damit ko dun. Pero
yeah.
nakabike naman ako na maayos dun. Pero nung sinubukan ko naman na mag-shorts, parang nag-chafe siya sa gitna ng
yeah,
thighs ko.
yeah.
So parang after that, okay, never mind the shorts, I'll just wear leggings. Kasi at least
Yeah,
my
yeah,
thighs
yeah.
are protected. Kasi
Yeah.
with the saddle and all.
That's true.
And if it's a flowy if it's a flowy pants, I tie it down para lang mukha ako naka-shorts or something.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, yung cycling in like casual wear, it's not doable eh.
Yeah.
Parang when you go to places like Japan or whatever and everyone's biking in dresses or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want that life.
I really want that life. Oh my God.
Yeah, sa Amsterdam, like sa Europe,
Yeah,
parang
diba?
everyone's just biking like casual.
Yeah. Parang, yun, wala lang.
The
It's
dream.
interesting.
Sana.
Sana.
Pilipinas.
Pero, wala nga tayong sidewalk eh.
Paano pa kaya?
Okay, Chaz and Chi, I just wanna ask you guys, just like as a fun, what fun, parang less serious question. As a female cyclist, like, what are some things you're tired of hearing from like family, relatives, friends about like your cycling? Like, kasi for me, I don't. Wala, like sometimes I'm a bit. I know when people like really like remind you like to take care. I mean, I know most of the time like it's meant well, but then sometimes it's a bit too much na. So I was wondering like how about you guys, like
For me, it's the fact na umiitim ako.
oh no.
Maitim ako all my life, okay. I've been playing football since grade 5. Yun, parang diff nung nag-football ako at ngayon. Tas parang, I don't know, maybe because I'm older, and I don't know.
Wait, how did they say it? Like,
Parang,
they notice?
bike ka ng bike, umiitim ka na naman.
Sad.
But then, they've been trying to get me to quit, like, doing outdoor things since I was a child. So, parang, hindi naman ako
that's sad.
surprised. And, it's a generation thing. I mean, my dad grew up in a time na he wanted to be a doctor, but he was too dark to be a doctor.
What?
oh my
As in,
God.
sinabihan siya ng lola ko, so he didn't become a
Oh my
doctor.
God.
So, I
That
kind of
exists?
get it. Like, I get where he's
That's so
coming
sad.
from.
What the hell?
So, ayun. But it's hassle lang, 'cause you hear it all the time. Right? Like, yun lang. Yun.
Sa-
That's
She- yeah.
ano,
Sorry.
Yung sa akin, well, whenever I'd try to talk to my parents about like cycling, parang or talking about yun nga na nag-ride kayo like as Team Loyola, and then I kinda like put the suggestion that I wanna try then. Parang it's always gonna be the topic of delikado yan kasi, or like naka-helmet lang kayo and like
Kababae mong tao.
Yeah, di naman ako ginaganon. Pero, okay naman. Like, I'm lucky na parang hindi naman ako ginaganon.
Okay, that's
Pero,
good.
Yeah.
Kasi I know some people, like,
Yeah.
ginaganon sila.
I think yun yung root nung itim mo, parang kasi babae ako.
Yeah. And kasi sa Philippines, parang meron pa rin case of like, they wanna be white.
Yeah,
even though,
yeah.
you know, hindi
Yeah.
naman talaga yun.
yung
Yung
gusto-
normal.
Gluta pa
Yeah.
more.
Gusto pa more.
Yeah. Pero yung sa akin, parang, yun, yung sa safety din, yun parang with you, na, sasabihan ka na mag-ingat ka, or like, delikado yung roads. Tapos parang ang daming mga siraulong mga drivers, mga motorcyclists. So, I mean, the warning of that. But, I mean, I appreciate the reminder.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
same.
like, I can take care of myself. Like, yun naman yun nasa isip ko. Pero at the same time, like, gets ko din yung concern. And then I go in that cycle of like, but I can take care of myself.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Yun.
So just to, like, as a last note, I think this is for everyone, not just for our guests. So how can we encourage more women to bike? Like, what actionable things can we do individually, and what do you think should be done, like, on a systemic level?
What I'm doing right now with my friends, kasi like natatawa nga ako now na I post a lot about it kasi on my social media na parang, nagbike ako. I tried biking from QC to work. Tapos let's see if I survive. Parang ganun na joke. And then I get there. It's parang okay. Tapos parang no big deal. It's parang I just go on with my day. And I just post randomly na parang with my bike and all of that. Tapos I find like a lot of friends, girl friends, hindi man girlfriend, but like female friends, fine, na would ask me na parang, Chi, how did you get into cycling? Or like, how do I learn cycling? Ganyan. That's when I also realized like a lot of people pala hindi talaga natuto magbike when they were a child. Like ako, I
Like,
learned as a child.
Me, I
pero-
didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't learn.
it still
Sad.
surprises me how many people. Pero I guess yun, if different bringing up parang upbringings.
Yeah.
Pero yun, parang what I do is I just really talk to my friends right now na parang, this is what you do, and then I invite them to like go with me, and I go with them technically na parang I would ride with them so that they feel safer, kasi usually like women feel safer in groups of other women. Kasi,
Yes.
Or just, I mean, if it's a trusted
Yeah.
friend din naman, like with anyone naman. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. And yun, I think that would be like nice if there were more initiatives na parang we could just really keep getting together.
Yeah.
I mean as women, and eventually as like everyone else,
Right,
na
yeah.
parang encouraging like other women like to go in and like, hey, try it out. Kasi
Yeah.
I have like, I will quote my friend saying this, like my friend, her name is Sam, sorry, hello Sam Gross Cruz, that's, I will plug her. kasi parang she just got a folding bike, I think last month or something. Tapos I was like really trying to tell her na parang, hey, get a bike na kasi she lives like in Pasig, pero on the other side of the
Right.
C5 road.
Yeah.
And she goes to Chendesitas, like tumatawid siya. Tapos she has to ride, like iikot pa siya ng UV or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever.
Such a
Tas
hassle.
Yeah.
sobrang hassle when you can just literally cross. It's like, you can walk, pero syempre mapapagod pag nag-walk
Right,
ka.
yeah.
So, the next thing is to bike. Kasi you're on wheels, but you're not really on a motorcycle,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
expensive also to maintain and stuff.
Yeah.
Like may gas din yan.
Yeah.
Yun, so parang, after that, she started cycling more. Tapos, she would tell me na parang, when I tried it out na, it wasn't as scary as I thought. So, I guess yun yung sa akin. Parang I'm really like just trying to convince my friends na, just go, try it. And like, and I go
it
with
makes a
it.
huge difference to
Yeah.
just try it, because you have all of these notions
Yeah.
na it's not safe or ganyan or hassle.
Yeah.
But then, even yung na parang, mainit kasi dito. But
Yeah,
honestly,
yun din.
you
Isa
sweat more if you're walking.
Yeah.
When you're on a
Kasi
bike.
you have the breeze.
Kasi
Mas
yung
mabagal
breeze,
ka pa.
like, hindi ka na papawisan with the breeze. Siguro
Yeah.
pag uphill lang. Pero after nun, okay na.
Or kung walang puno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Or
Magkaroon
yun,
ng
exactly.
puno, please.
Sobrang ibang difference pag when you're under a
So
tree.
true.
Yes.
Oh my
When you're
God.
cycling under trees. So parang, like, if people have an open mind to just try it,
Yeah.
like, not think of what, I don't know, yung mga preconceived notions nila of cycling.
It's like a challenge.
Yeah.
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 And I think also the communities, they help kasi parang
Yeah.
even like initiatives of just women banding together. I
Yeah.
think that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think systemically, like, if we make our roads safe for the vulnerable people like women, children, we make cycling safe for everybody.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
cycling itself isn't actually as dangerous
Yeah.
as people think. Like,
Yeah.
it's really just the lack of infrastructure
Mm.
and how like our roads are really catered
Yeah.
to cars. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yun nga kasi parang parang the systemic change na to get more women into cycling is also just to make women feel safer just going on about with their lives outside and not just worrying if there's a guy next to them that will suddenly like prance on them or take advantage of them or
Yeah.
just like yun parang all of those things just let them feel safe. I mean, ang malala nga din dito sa Philippines, it's like you sometimes don't even feel safe in your own home. Like,
Yeah.
and that's really messed up. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just fix those things, and then eventually, parang I think naman na it
Yeah.
will eventually like go about na people will just do this more or just won't
Right.
care. Na parang I don't care if there are guys there, and then eventually parang dadami na yung mga people, yung mga women rather. Just parang just go on.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just go on.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's really a I don't know, I'm finding that it's a complex
Yeah.
it's not a problem, you know,
Yeah.
but it's a complex phenomenon na parang we have for example, we have a common goal, but at the same time we gotta check kung ano ba yung mga gusto nating talagang mangyari,
Yeah.
ano yung
Yeah.
kailangan nating gawin. And
Yeah.
like ang daming mangyari,
Yeah.
pero ang dami natin pwedeng gawin as individuals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
And besides naman
boys
with
and
the,
girls.
Yeah.
yes, like
Uh,
boys are also
selling
part of the
lanterns.
solution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
kasi parang once you do that din naman, it also benefits guys.
Yeah,
It also-
exactly.
It benefits everyone. Just make everyone feel safer, period. Yun lang
Yeah.
naman yung
That's
gagawin
true.
dun.
Yeah.
Sometimes rin may mga parang personal like as a woman, like there are things that motivate you. So maybe you can just find what can motivate you to
Yeah, no.
like take up cycling or whatever.
Yeah.
So yun lang, wala lang. To me, yung random personal motivation ko is I like it when I beat guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same, oh my God.
It's like pag nalalampasan ko sila, yeah.
Yeah. I played that game a lot with my boyfriend. So mag-ride kami, tapos magsa-start, tapos parang uunahan ko talaga siya. Tapos, kasi ang bilis niya talaga, kasi medyo malakas na rin siya. I mean you know.
Yeah,
Tapos
yeah.
parang gagawin ko na lang, nasasabayan ko na siya. So parang siya yung parang marker ko of my strength.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah,
whenever
yeah.
I'd get a chance na parang uunahan ko siya. Tapos
Yeah.
tatawa ako, tapos sasabihin niya sa akin, ba't ka nakangisi-ngisi
Yeah.
dyan? Tapos parang, I'm
It's-
just going on
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I mean, kasi getting stronger personally, it's a good motivation
Yeah.
rin eh. Parang
Definitely.
you
Yeah.
even like measure, like lalo na now with like apps like Strava or
Yeah.
whatever, you really get to measure your performance, and like when you see that you're really improving, it feels great.
Yeah.
Like yun na lang.
So yeah, I think it's really important for both men and women, but particularly women, to really see like there are really benefits
Yeah.
Yeah.
to cycling. And encouraging women is like both on a personal level and also a systemic level, like making things safer
Yeah.
for all of
And
us.
it-
So that sorry, go ahead.
And it won't like do anything with, I mean, I just remembered lang kasi na parang there was a misconception before na riding bikes would make you lose your virginity or like whatever, na parang luluwag ka dun sa baba. And parang that's not really.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know, there was
Sorry, I did not hear that. But okay.
Basta may something about women
Yeah,
and riding a
and
bicycle.
men, yeah,
Parang
like,
before. That was
Okay,
like an
good.
issue, right?
Yeah.
Way before, like in history. Pero parang
Yeah.
now it's
I think that's a good topic for
Another-
an episode.
yeah.
Another
Will
episode.
you get
Yeah,
the
let's
virgin?
talk about Yeah.
We should talk about
But
that.
for now, like, ang dami kong natutunan. Like, yeah, just listening to you guys. Ang daming learning. Ang daming like, whoa, nangyayari na pala to.
Yeah.
Na it's so different. And that Facebook group,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's a big thing.
Yeah,
I wanna see
I
what's
actually
there.
haven't checked them recently,
Yeah.
pero the last time I saw, medyo active pa naman sila. So sana active pa rin sila. Maybe it's up to people like us to
Mag-ingay
na
tayo.
Yes.
Pero parang oo pa naman.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you so much to Chaz and Chi
Thank
for
you
taking the
also.
time to talk to us. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Cycling Matters podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you can really find podcasts for your dose of cycling content after that weekend ride. So just search Cycling Matters on your favorite podcast platform while you're stuck in the dreadful Philippine traffic. Yeah. So, but if you're still stuck in traffic, you can catch more of Cycling Matters on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, or on our website at cyclingmatters.ph. Again, that's cyclingmatters.ph. So thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next episode of the